Do, 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 do. Alright. Here we go. Yeah. This is really an old game. Okay. Oh, you're good? You're on your way home? That's cool. Alright. So we got wanted here. There's a hero for the village of Spielburg. I'm not really sure. I think that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. Spielburg, like the director. So we're gonna watch an introduction to this game. It's pretty cool, I think. All right, Alexa. Oh, that's the intro? But we get to hear the theme song. This is, I can't even think what bit VGA would be, but it's, it's fun. It's fun to play these old games. And I think the music is 16-bit music, so it's still pretty decent. Bum, bum. Bum. So I thought there was more to the story of the intro, but not really. Alright, so at the beginning of every Quest for Glory game, you have the choice between playing the fighter, the magic user, or the thief. And I feel like this is a little too loud. And so I think we're going to do fighter. Okay. So for name, we're gonna do my special, what they call, I think, anagram. Okay, yeah. Hello. Oops, I misspelled my name. Let's see. We're gonna make him a paladin, which means eventually he's gonna have magic ability. So I'm gonna give him a tiny bit of magic. There we go. That way I can buy the spells and stuff, but we're not really gonna do any magic stuff. We're gonna keep, I think, everything pretty much at 0 here. He's not gonna do pick locks or stealth or stuff like that. We should probably add some dodge and parry up here. Some weapon use. Let's get some strength. Intelligence, we don't really need to do anything with. Let's give him some vitality and agility. Alright. And I think we're good. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Now, just as a word, oh, I forgot, you know what, I should have added to the title. I will be doing my own character voices. So they may not be very good. Alright, I should update that. I want to make sure this is working now. Is the title right? Okay. I forgot that I'm on display capture, but oh well. Oh no, it's how do I go into full screen again? I'm sorry guys, we gotta figure out how to do that. Go full screen. I know it's a command. It's like Alt something. Oh, it's Control F10. Okay. Holy crap. It's not working. Okay, let's... God, what the heck is it not working? Okay. Oh, Alt-Enter. Freaking seriously. Uh-oh, did I break the game? Alright, here we go. So yeah, I do my own character voices. So some of these may be pretty bad, and I apologize. Alright, so I'm going to do a narrator voice too. This seems like a quiet little town. On the porch ahead of you are two people. The standing one is large, rather ugly, and playing with a yo-yo. The seated person smoking a pipe looks like he might be the sheriff. The man with a pipe greets you. I just have to warn you, this is going to be a very bad German accent. Welcome to our town. You are lucky to have made it down from the mountains before the snow blocked the pass again. It's gotten pretty dangerous outside of town, I understand. Many monsters have been trapped around here for the late snow. Between them and the brigands, they certainly could use a hero around here. I am Sheriff Schultz Meisterson. This is Otto von Goon, my assistant. Good luck in your quest. Yay, my terrible voices. We're gonna create a save file. Oh, actually, this should be start. Alright. I have a lot of saves when I play this game, so we can look around the town. It's not much to look at. Here's a sign. The sign of the scissors above the door indicates that the building contains a barbershop. The sheriff's office doubles as a jail for the town and a hangout for the sheriff and the goon. The sign reads, Hero's Tale Inn. Let's look at the goon. There's more than a hint of ogre about this strange and bulky character. He seems cheerful, though. Schultz appears to be an affable old coot, content to smoke his pipe. There's a hardness behind his eyes, however, that gives you reason to believe that he's no pushover. I can look at the ground. No, I can't. What's this door? This is the door to the sheriff's office. Oh, let's look at this reliefs. Alright, Galen, have a good night, dude. Thank you so much for stopping by. The ugly statue seems to be watching you. There's a sign on the door of the barber shop. It says out to lunch. So yeah, I won't be able to open that. If this is the town water supply, no wonder nobody ever comes here. The windows glow from the light inside. We already know what the sign says. Alright, let's talk to... Let's try to shake this guy's hand. Let's see if it'll let me. Unhand that, sheriff. Okay. So there's a lot of puns in this game, by the way. Alright. Let's ask about the mountain. You should know. You came from there. Oh, okay. Well, that's true. What about this town? This town was named after the barons of Spielburg. It used to be a lively place to be, before the brigands came and drove all the business away. Hey, what's up, DGK? How you doing, dude? You can find a place to stay at the inn next door. You can learn about jobs available at the guild hall down the street. If you are interested in magic, you should visit the magic shop. There is still plenty to do and see here in Spielberg. Oh, I forgot I have inventory. So, I have a broadsword, a shield, some food rations, 4 gold pieces and some silver, and a leather jerkin. I wasn't sure if I had like... Oh, he's really good. Oh, he's really good with that yo-yo. Excuse me. Now we're gonna do an actual save here. This will be my normal save. Let's talk to the sheriff some more. Let's ask about the Baron. Baron Stefan keeps mostly to himself at the castle, north of here. We haven't seen him here in town for years. Oh, let's ask about magic. Just next to the inn is a small magic shop. The owner, Zara, will let you in if you have some abilities in that area. She's a strange one, alright? The inn? Go talk to the innkeeper. He will help you there. And the guild hall? The guild hall is at the southwest corner of town. If you're looking for work, that's a good place to go. Something else. Let's ask about monsters. The monsters come down from the mountains every winter, but they're usually gone by now. The Baron just doesn't have enough men to handle them. Wolfgang is the one to talk to about monsters. He's had a lot of experiences with them. And I might be improving some of the dialogue. So, I didn't really sleep that well last night. I keep waking up in the middle of the night. I'm not really sure why. Wolfgang down at the guild hall is the one to talk to about monsters. Oh, I've already read that. The guild hall. The guild hall is at the southwest corner of town. If you're looking for work, that's a place. Oh, good place to go. Okay, that's basically something he's already said. Let's ask about the brigands. There's a whole band of brigands hiding out somewhere in the mountains around us. They've robbed a merchant last week. Got a fair amount of treasure, I hear. The merchant? The one who was robbed? He's staying at the inn, I believe. Obtaining treasure involves putting yourself in danger. If you're brave, foolish, or lucky, you might get some treasure. Danger. My friend, this world is filled with dangers. Sometimes I think it might be better to choose your danger, rather than sitting around waiting for it, as I seem to do. But enough of this philosophical rambling. I am content enough to be Sheriff of Spielburg. And I don't think there's much else. Oh, adventure. You'll need to talk to the Baron about that, or ask... Oh, I already read that. So, maybe you're going to be a hero. Well, we could surely use one around here, what with all the brigands. Hey, Lila, how's it going? Oh yeah, I already asked the name. Let's talk to the goon. You get no response. Alright, so we've already talked to the sheriff, we've gotten acquainted, we kind of know where everything is, sort of. How you doing, Lila? Enjoying your tea? We're gonna head to the inn first, because it's right here. Welcome, traveler, to the Hero's Tale Inn. I am Shamin, at your service. May you find what you seek here. I'm doing okay, Lila. Thank you for asking. This looks like an alpine inn, complete with dishes on the wall and heavy beams on the ceiling. It is pleasantly warm, and the aroma of strange spices fills the air. The warmth of the fire feels good on such a chilly day. The proprietor of the inn apparently thinks so too. Cats always seem to gravitate to a warm hearth. Alright, Lila, I hope you have a good night's sleep, and thank you so much for stopping by and saying hi. The tables look like they have been rough cut from some of the local pines. Oh, I already read that. One of Hiram Plugmeister's double-barreled spittoons. A door to the other room. Let's see. I'm just seeing if there's anything interesting to read. No problem, Lila. It's always good to have you around, and I do hope you have a good sleep. You see a small cat-like creature known as a kata. You've heard that katas are common in the southern deserts. Thank you, Lila. I appreciate it. You think better of it. Those claws look sharp. Alright, let's talk to the kata. Very good food, very good drink. Finest in town. Sit, rest, and you will be served by my Shima. Alright, well, now we're going to ask about the room. Very nice room. Very soft beds. Finest in town. Only 5 silvers a night. That's still a lot of money for me. That's okay, DGK. I basically just got started. So you haven't really missed anything. Food. Very good food. Very good... Oh, I already read that. Basically the same thing. My friend Abdullah is recovering from his robbery last week. He should be here around supper time. Alas, the brigands stole all of Abdullah's wealth, and mine own, when they robbed his caravan. Now I will be forced to stay in this wet, cold land. I know little about them, except they must be very wealthy now. Those brigands. Wealth? I hoped to return to my homeland with the profits Abdullah, Shima, and I would make from the caravan. Now I fear we will remain here unless someone deals with the brigands and returns our stolen trade items. Shapir. A land of golden sand and tall mountains, a city of tall buildings and winding streets. A place where kata can bask in the sun as they sell things in the bazaar. It is our homeland, and a place we long to be. I love the kata, they're so cool. In my homeland, a caravan is the only way to travel from city to city. Let's see, anything else we can talk about? What's your name? I am Shamin, a poor unfortunate, forced to seek a fortune in this cold land, far away from my homeland and my kata people. Let's see, we already talked about the homeland. I think I already read that. We are a race of desert dwellers and wanderers from the endless sands. Maybe I didn't read that. We live far to the south, in the desert lands of Shapir. Someday we may yet return there. If I don't read every single dialogue, I will feel bad. Spielburg is a sad place for an innkeeper, for few travelers visit because of the brigands. This is a cold land for a kata. He comes in with his wife sometimes for food. He is very wise and generous. The sheriff is a good guy. What about Otto? There is no end to the food that one can eat. Which means lots of money. Let's ask about the inn. This is the Hero's Tale Inn, where Shima and I will be delighted to serve you. The softest and safest of beds, the richest and finest of foods await you. You have but to command. Yeah, it kind of looks like a Puss in Boots type of character. Shima is my beloved, and she can cook and keep an inn as few others. When she dances, there is true magic. If we ever return to Shapir, then she will again dance. You will get to meet Shima later, though, but we're not going to stop and eat or anything. I think it's early in the day. Let's see. What is the time? It is midday on day 1. So yeah, we're not ready to call it a day yet. Alright, we're going to go over here. Ooh. You have come to the end of the main street. The town wall is to the south. You have an eerie feeling that someone is watching you. Ooh, eyeball. The eye over the magic shop door seems to be watching you. Let's see. This looks like a nice, neat little house. There is a grandmotherly little old lady rocking on the front porch. If I was playing as a thief, I would be robbing this house at some point. She's the only sane person here. At least she's not off her rocker. The little old lady is sleeping so soundly that no amount of shaking will wake her. She's really sleeping soundly and doesn't notice your presence. Judging from what the sign says, the building at the end of the street is the guild hall. You can just see a thin thread of light under the door, so there is probably someone inside. There's nothing to do here there. You do a quick equipment check, everything seems to be in place. So you can like click on yourself with the icons. I can switch to the talking. Mumble, mumble, overworked, mumble, mumble, underpaid, mumble, mumble, no control over my life. What a guy. Alright, we're going to go visit the guild hall next. Because this is where we're going to find all kinds of information. You enter the Adventurers Guild Hall. This Adventurers Guild Hall reminds you of the one in your hometown. The traditional moose head and the overstuffed monsters, Saurus, Troll, Griffin, Dragon, Cheetah, and the terrible Antwerp adorn the walls. You see a registration book on the table, and the bulletin board full of job listings. The man seated near the window must be the guild master. He is snoring. The fire blazing cheerfully in the fireplace helps warm the guildmaster's old bones. The head is like a panther's, but with a strong human-like quality. It is still rather frightening. This plaque reads, Cheetah, slain by Wolfgang Abentor. You've never seen a purple Saurus before you came to Spielburg, but it looks like a really stupid monster. The plaque reads, Saurus slain by Hans Half-Witten. The plaque under the moose says, courtesy of the Seer Online Prop Department. This crossbreed of eagle and lion could have torn a man apart when it was alive. The plaque reads, Griffin slain by Wolfgang Abentor. It looks like its part must have been a particularly nasty troll. You wouldn't want to meet him in a dark forest. The plaque reads, Troll slain by Wolfgang Abentor. Okay. Dragon. Even in death, this monster remains awesome. The plaque reads, Dragon slain by Baron Stefan von Spielburg. This is certainly a weird one. You've never seen anything quite like it. The plaque reads, Antwerp slain by two guys from Andromeda. And that is a reference to a movie, I think, and I can't remember. A pile of wood stacked against the wall. Let's look at the sign-in book here. This entry was made several years ago. It says, Baronet Bernard von Spielberg killed a troll near the Flying Falls on this 23rd day of October. Oh wait, I didn't. The other pages record the exploits of the great adventurers of Spielberg's past. The names Wolfgang Abentor and Baron Stefan von Spielberg appear most often. You sign your name into the adventurer's logbook with a flourish. Can I click on it again? But you've already done that. And if I look at it again? The remaining pages are blank, awaiting further tales of adventure. Oh, look, there's a quest board over here. Let's see what we got. This poster is rather dusty and faded. Excuse me. The picture is of a small child with braids. Reward of 50 gold coins for the safe return of Elsa von Spielberg. Inquire at Spielberg Castle Gates. Reward for return of the lost ring. Inquire at the healers. Reward of 30 gold coins for the capture or death of the brigand warlock. Description, short, ugly, and wears brightly colored robes. has a habit of laughing continually. Inquire at Spielburg Castle gates. Notice, spell components needed, cash or trade for potions. Inquire the healers. Wanted brigand leader. Description. Unknown appearance. Wears a cloak. Must provide proof of leader's identity. Reward of 60 gold coins and the title of Hero of the Realm. Inquire at Spielburg Castle gates. This poster seems to have been here for a while. It has a picture of a handsome but arrogant young man. Reward of 50 gold coins for information leading to the return of Baronet Bernard von Spielburg. Can I take these? If you take the poster, no other adventurer will be able to read it. So these are the different quests you can do to get, and this is basically the main point of the game. To whom are you trying to speak? Sorry. A past adventurer's armor's suit. You wonder why he didn't need it anymore. Then you see the cheetah claw marks. This tapestry is so rotten it would probably fall apart at the slightest touch. The window looks out over the courtyard. Let's talk to this guy. Oh, he's snoring. Oh, let's see if I can. It looks like this old guild master doesn't do too much adventuring anymore. Still, he looks like he was plenty tough in his day, and he probably has many a tale to tell. And we are gonna talk his ear off, because he probably has some good stuff to talk about. Can I shake his hand? Yes, as I was saying, well. This is where the adventurer can find out who needs someone brave and courageous. There are many jobs on the bulletin board over there. It is also a good place to talk about adventurers on a cold afternoon. We used to play cards here once a week as well, but there are too few adventurers in Spielburg anymore. They all died from monsters or brigands, or they just got too old. Did I ever tell you about the time when Schultz and I rid this valley of Antwerps? We were real adventurers then, and this was a real guild hall. Now we are just old men, and this is just a place to tell old stories. I'm starting to think I should really use a German accent with this guy, but too late, I'm committing to this voice. You can see some of the types of monsters that live around here if you look at our walls. There are trolls and griffins and cheetahs, manta rays and goblins wandering in the woods. I hear there are even some ogres and Saurus Rexes back in this valley, but there was a time when Schultz and I had gotten rid of most of the monsters around here, but no, we are just too old for that now. Trolls are very tough. Fortunately, they only come out at night. The woods are very dangerous at night. The Saurus is a monster easily to avoid and easy to kill for a skilled adventurer. Ogres are a lot like goons, but even meaner. Not as bright, though. Goblins are not tough, but when they gang up, they can take out an unwary adventurer. Goblins. Cheetahs are ferocious creatures that charge out of nowhere and try to tear you to shreds. Sometimes they succeed. Those weird things are magical. They are best avoided, and that is the manta rays. Saurus Rex. Don't mistake those things for sources. When they come at you, it is sometimes best to just run away. Alright, so now we've got an idea what... We've got an idea of what the different monsters are that we can encounter outside the town. Over on the wall over there is where the jobs are posted for adventurers. Some have been there a long time now. There just aren't too many good adventurers around here lately. You need to talk to either the Baron or the healer about the reward. Her house is just north of the town gate. She's a nice woman. The castle is just north of the healer's house. And then trophies. Schultz and I killed most of the monsters on those walls. One day, years ago, a pair of dragons tried to take over our valley. we adventurers rode out to meet them. I can still see Stefan von Spielburg charging forward on his black horse. He slew that dragon whose head you see on the wall, and, well, the other one flew off. I hear people see that dragon flying high overhead sometimes, but it has never dared to attack us again. What about the Antwerp? This valley was overrun by those odd monsters one year. Schultz and I fought long and hard to rid the valley of those things. We might have failed even so, had it not been for those two peculiar tourists who came to our aid. Tourists? They said they were from some place called Andromeda. Must be some place south of here, I guess. They certainly were odd. And again, that's a reference to something I forget. Oh, what about the moose? That was the most vicious moose I ever saw. Nearly bit my nose off. What about the troll? I remember the day I killed one. It was the biggest I had ever seen. It put up a tough fight, but I was tougher. You can see the results on the wall. What about that cheetah? Watch out for cheetahs. I bear the scars of my fight with the one on the wall to this day. Still, it is stuffed, and I am still alive. Sauruses? I remember when Hans killed the one there. It was a tough fight for him. Whoa, tell me more about this Hans Half-Witten guy. He wasn't much of an adventurer, but he did manage to kill Saurus before he made the mistake of tangling with a troll. And let's see, what else can we talk about? Something else. What's your name? I am Wolfgang Abentor, the guild master of this hall. Guildmaster? What's that? I'm supposed to keep track of all the adventurers and make sure they sign their names in the log. There was a time when I would go out and rescue foolhardy adventurers who got into too much trouble, but I don't get out much now. Hey, Mizzly, how's it going? Tell me about the curse. With the Baron losing his son and daughter, Baba Yaga, all the monsters, and now the brigands, it has just been one thing after another. Ooh, tell me more about the Baron. Baron von Spielburg was once a brave protector of our valley. We used to adventure together when I was younger. No brigand or monster would dare show his face here if the brigand had not angered Baba Yaga. Now it is said he goes nowhere and sees no one. Oh, cool. How was your stream, dude? I love doing the dialogue. It's so much fun. Tell me about the Baron's son. Now, there was a hero, and a worthy of the name Bernard von Spielberg. He rode off to hunt one morning 5 years ago, and his horse returned with large claw marks on it. No sign of Bernard's body was ever found. That's good, dude. Tell me about the Baron's daughter. Elsa was a beautiful 8-year-old child with blonde hair and sky-blue eyes. She was her father, the Baron's joy. 10 years ago, she was carried off by something which flew over the wall and had away with her. The search for her lasted many years, but at last everyone gave up except the Baron's jester, Yorick. Oh, who's Yorick? Yorick was a funny little man, but brave. He swore he would spend his life searching for the Baron's Elsa. Tell me about the Baba Yaga. Oh, she is in the center of our problems, I think. Baba Yaga is a powerful ogre. Baron von Spielberg tried to force her to leave this valley, and she cursed him. Now the Baron has lost everything but his land, and I don't know how long he will keep that. What our valley needs is a hero. Thank you, Miss William. I really should be doing most of German voices, but I kind of didn't do it with this character. What's a hero? A real hero is someone who didn't start out strong or powerful, but uses his courage and brains and skills to become the best he can be. Hey, what's up, Alexa? Welcome. It's good to see you're home. Let's see, what else? Tell me about these brigands. Oh, Guildmaster. There is a reward for anyone who can stop the brigands by capturing or killing the leaders of the brigands. You should read the bulletin board for more information. Alright, so I think we've done everything. Spielburg town is small now, but most people have been driven off by the brigands. There is such a pretty place. This is such a pretty place too, with the mountains, forests, and waterfalls. Now this is called Quest for Glory 1, so you want to be here. So you want to be a hero. It's a very, very old game. It's it used to be a text type of adventure game. You'd walk around and you would type commands and stuff. And then they remade it to a point-and-click type of game. Tell me about the mountains. The mountains surrounding this valley are very high. Snow covers the tops all year long. The only way out of Spielburg Valley is through the pass, though I hear that is blocked by snow again. It's a very fun game. I played it when I was a kid. It's a really cool game. Tell me about the forests. The forests are full of monsters and strange creatures. There are some nice waterfalls to the southeast of town. They fill Mirror Lake, which is lovely, but icy cold all year round. I already read that one. This town used to be a thriving city before the brigands drove most of the people off. Tell me about the magic shop. I don't know much about magic, but the woman who runs that place scares me. What about dry goods? Casper at the store would like to be an adventurer, or so he says. He spends too much time dreaming and not enough doing, I think. What about the tavern? I have never liked that place. The bartender smiles all the time, but he is not very friendly. Crusher lives up to his name. He is nasty even for a goon. A goon is like an ogre, but not as tough, but a little smarter. The sheriff's Otto and Crusher at the tavern are both goons. I think the bakery is almost always closed now. The baker tries to stay away from his wife. What about the butcher? I don't think the butcher shop is open much anymore either. What about the farmer's mart? The farmer's mart is run by the centaurs, Heinrich Pfefferden. Wait. Sorry, I gotta say this right. Heinrich Pfefferdeferdern. Pfefferdeferdern. I think is right. It's kind of a old man voice. I should really be doing German accents, but there are not too many creatures in this land. Heinrich and Hildy are good people. All right. Let's ask about the sheriff. Oh, Schultz Meisterson and I have been friends for a long time. He, too, was once a real adventurer. Now he is just the sheriff of this town. I like Otto. Even if he is a goon, Schultz has him almost trained. Alright, so we kind of went through all the dialogue, you guys. It took a while, but we did it. And kind of the reason is you get points. So right now you can see my score. I have a score of 15 of 500. You feel like you're frying your fingers. Forget it. Oh. Alright, we're going to leave. We're going to say goodbye to this guy. And we're going to see... What time is it in the game right now? It's mid-afternoon on day 1. So we got some time. We can explore the rest of Spielburg. It's a fun, neat little town. I'm gonna... Oh, wait, we didn't go in here. This is a magic shop. You feel like you're floating on air. The ceiling is shrouded with clouds of smoke. The floor is almost completely covered by a strange symbol. You see a variety of arcane objects, for example, scrolls covered with mysterious symbols and arcane incantations. There are a few Dead Sea Scrolls, a couple of Red Sea Scrolls, a C++ scroll written in assembly language, and other even more esoteric. It looks like a sculpture of some weird bat-winged creature. Let's see. I am Zara, and my companion is Damiano. The items in this shop are designed for those skilled in the use of magic. Zara has a mysterious, unearthly look to her. You have the feeling that she is not a person to trifle with. Alright, we're going to save here. Let's try to touch her. It's a good thing you can't get close to Zara. With her electrifying personality, the results could be shocking. Can I touch this guy? Whether it's because that thing is too far to reach, has sharp, nasty claws, and wicked teeth, or because it glares at you, you decide you'd better not touch it. It's not familiar enough with you to want to chat. Alright, let's ask about Zara. I am both human and fairy folk. I draw my power from both. My name is Zara. This is my shop. We are a people of power and magic, and live in the forests far beyond the mountains to the west. Power is the essence of magic, that which the wizard shapes and is shaped by. Damiano is both my familiar and my friend. We share our lives and our magic. So in the Quest for Glory series, wizards all have their own familiars, which are like little creatures that are kind of like their friends and help them. A familiar is a creature of magical abilities which has been summoned to serve the wizard. The summoning of a familiar is a most powerful spell, and can be cast but once. It binds the wizard and the familiar to the ends of their lives. The more powerful the wizard, the more powerful the familiar, although you cannot always judge power by a familiar's shape. If you have the skill of magic, you can learn the way to cast spells by reading magical scrolls. Without the skill, you have no power. The more you practice spell casting, the greater you shall become. Initiation. When you have mastered 9 spells, have the power to cast all, and proven yourself worthy of accomplishing a great deed, then you must undergo initiation to become full wizard. There is a place in the distant south where you must journey, but first you must become a hero here. A wizard is one who both shapes magic and is shaped by it. Erasmus and I are the only wizards in this valley. Who's Erasmus? Erasmus is a wizard and a spellcaster who knows much about this area. He lives in a tower northeast of town, at the top of a steep mountain called Spielburg. He can be very helpful if approached properly, but he has a strange sense of humor. What's a power potion? The power potion restores your magical energy and costs 75 silver. Ooh, expensive. Journey. There are many entrances to the halls of magical mystery to the south. After you have gained skill and a good reputation in magic, you should journey south. If you are indeed worthy of becoming a wizard, you will find a way to those halls. Master of the arts of arcane, use those skills to vanquish the evil curse, and you will become a true hero. Okay, I read that already. There is much magic in this world for those who know how to use it. There is magic in this little town, and a good deal of magic in this valley. There is an aura protecting this town from danger. Within most of its walls, there can be no active violence or cruel magic. Even so, it is prudent to avoid dark places. An aura is a spell of protection surrounding something. The town is still protected by the aura cast by the great spellcaster Arana. Ooh, who's Arana? Arana was a powerful spellcaster who lived long ago. She brought peace to this valley. Even now, her spell protects this town from violence or foul magic. Her final resting place is due north of town, and it is a place of both safety and healing. It is known as Arana's Peace. Tell me about the valley. There is much power in this valley, and it attracts those who use magic. I am here. Erasmus has his house on Spielburg, and even Baba Yaga has her hut cooped up somewhere around here. She is a powerful and wicked hag. You would be wise to avoid her. She cursed the Baron von Spielburg when he tried to drive her away. Baba Yaga's hut is magical. It stands on chicken legs, and you must know the rhyme to enter. By the way, Baba Yaga is actually based on a real mythical, I think German or I can't think of the, but it's based on European, Eastern European myth. I have no interest in entering Baba Yaga's hut, and therefore do not know the rhyme. What's the rhyme? Curse. This is Baba Yaga's curse, cast upon the Baron years ago. Upon von Spielberg and all his clan, this the curse I now demand. What I will shall come full measure. What I will shall come full measure. So shall ye lose all that ye treasure. There is always a way to break a curse. Possibly Erasmus knows more about this. Erasmus makes a point of studying the effects of magic upon mortals. There is little about magic in this area that Erasmus does not know. And Baron. He was once a great leader of this land, until he was foolish enough to anger Baba Yaga. Alright, I think I've asked basically everything I can. What I sell here are merely tools to help those who have power. You may purchase a store of potions and scrolls from which you may learn spells if you have the potential. Potential? A true magic user has the innate affinity for magic. There is also the ability to store power, which ordinary mortals do not have. We sell several magical spells on study scrolls. You may purchase Fire Dart for 60 silver, Fetch for 40 silver, or the Open Scroll for 30 silver. I also know you can find a spell if you learn the secret of Rana's Peace. We could read about all of these, I guess. To the north of town, surrounded by the mountains, is an alpine valley that is rumored to be the final resting place for Irana, although no one is certain of what happened to her. It is certainly a magical place of safety. There is also supposed to be a gift there for magic users who are clever enough to find it. I'm not going to go through these because I'm not really going to use magic with this character, so... I'm a warrior, and I'm going to become a paladin. Alright, let's... Bit of hype! Misery!
As leader of the army of misery, I hereby fund the Maniac Asylum.
Thank you so much, Misery, for the 18 bits. That's so nice of you. If we use the pouch on her, see, we can see all the spells. And I can buy some of these spells. I'm going to go ahead and buy the open spell. As you read the spell scroll, the spell is ingrained in your mind. Alright. Now, how much money do I have left? I have a gold and 10 silvers. We're going to save the rest of the money. But now, if I click on this icon, your spells don't seem to work here. I can access my spells. So my character will have magical ability, but I'm not going to be doing too much magical stuff with this character. And Zara disappears as I leave. Alright, let's see what time it is now. It is still mid-afternoon on day 1. So time passes in this game like normal. So you go through a regular 24-hour cycle. And here we can see we're at the front. Now we're going to go to the rest of the town up here. I'm going to have a really funny voice coming up, so... Up here, here's the dry goods. Oh, you can smell apples as you approach this corner. Good day, and welcome to Spielburg. Would you like to buy some of my nice fresh fruits or vegetables? It is a simple but prosperous-looking general store. It looks like it might provide some staples that would prove useful to a traveler, such as if an adventuring party asks you to join them. You see a charming young centaur with the upper torso of a teenager and the body of a filly. It is a small stand used for the daily sale of whatever local produce has not been confiscated by the brigands. There's... oh. Centaur. Alright, let's talk to her. My father won't let me date strangers. What's your name? I am Hildy, daughter and Heinrich Perferdefedern, the farmer. My father is a fine farmer. I'm losing the voice, you guys. My father is an Heinrich Perferdefedern. Oh, I'm really not keeping consistent here. We have some land to the north of town. It isn't big, but we grow many things. You should be here during harvest time. Then you would see many fruits and vegetables. My mother has been dead for 3 years now. I still miss her. Thank you, but my father thinks I am too young. He would not permit it, but perhaps next year. How would you guys? Hey guys, you want to date? Do you want to date a centaur lady? It's not technically bestiality because she's half human. This house is the same color of the sheriff's office around the corner. You see a nicely furnished living room through the window. You see a dry goods store through the window. How can I resist that accent? It's pretty bad, but we won't be talking to her too much anymore. Let's go in here. This looks like a dry goods store, but it smells like a musty library. The stove feels nice on such a crisp day. Behind the counter and on the shelves, there are a variety of items for sale. The shopkeeper appears to ignore you while he reads a book. Oh, thank you, Alexa. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice you coming in. My, you look like an adventurer. We don't see too many adventurers around here. The brigands tend to get rid of most adventurers before they make it to town. I do try to stock some things adventurers can use. I actually would rather be an adventurer than a shopkeeper, you see. My items are pretty ordinary, though. You probably already have most of them, if you've done any adventuring at all. Yep, but you will have some things I will want. Let's see. Behind the counter are weapons, armor, and such equipment as you would more often find in an adventurer's shop. On the counter and on the shelves are assortments of canned goods, honeyed jars, sewing items, and odds and ends that people in a small town would need. The shopkeeper is a small, balding man who wears glasses. He looks as if he can barely lift the book he is reading. Judging from his clothes, he is fairly well-to-do. Hello, what's your name? Why, that's me, Caspar. Tell me about adventurers. I always wanted to be an adventurer. I read about them all the time. The book I was just reading is about adventuring. Oh, what's the book called? Oh, this book? It's about an adventurer who is trying to become a hero. The title is Quest for Glory, A Hero's Death. Oh, okay. What kind of equipment do you have? Unfortunately, I've only standard weapons and equipment. I carry daggers and chain armor. Maybe someday I'll be able to carry magic ones, though. Oh, tell me about the daggers. Well, the use of the dagger is a most skillful art. Actually, this particular weapon is longer than most, but it's still easily concealable. A bargain at 20 silvers. What about the chain armor? You can get really good protection for my chain mail armor. It's very heavy, though, and I would have to charge you 500 silvers for it. Very expensive. What kind of food do you have? Adventuring rations aren't the tastiest food in the world, but they will keep you healthy and alert as you go along. A pack of 10 rations will cost you just 5 silvers. How much money do I have again? I'd rather save my money. What do you use the flasks for? Oh, it's a very good idea to carry an empty flask or two, in case you want to pick up a liquid or something else that needs a container. Our flasks are a great bargain at 2 silvers each. I'll probably buy a flask or two. What do you know about the brigands around here? I don't like to talk about other people behind their backs. Thank you. What can you tell me about the sheriff? Oh, the sheriff and Otto protect this town. The sheriff used to be a real adventurer, you know. Oh, interesting. Well, what do you know about that Philly Hildy? Hildy sells fine produce for a reasonable price. Alright, so that's all there is to talk to him about. Let's go ahead and buy a flask. Here you are. Thank you for the patronage. There's some swords. Now, none of those clothes look like they will fit. Some clothing. A large lumpy sack by the wall. Alright. Oh, there's a window. Bright sunlight streams in through the open window. Can I touch him? You can't do much with that. What's this? A teapot. It's the matador's red cape, recently repaired after he waved it in front of a minotaur. Alright, so we can leave here. Alright, we just have one other area left to explore. Over this side. Okay, so let's see. I thought I was going to burp. You have come to the northwest corner of the town. There is a butcher sign over the door of the butcher shop. Amazing coincidence. You can see a bakery sign over the door of the other shop. The tavern looks a little run down, and the alley beside it is dark. On the other side of the tavern is a rather practical-looking building like a workshop. It looks like this door has been closed for a long time. This looks like an abandoned workshop. The building looks old, dark, and a little seedy. The sign above the door depicts a beer stein. It's dark, but there seems to be someone in there. The bakery shop. The shop seems to be closed, although there are some dried up cupcakes in the window. There is a sign on the door which says "Gone Fishing." The shop seems to be closed. There is a sign on the door which says "Gone Fishing." A butcher shop. Alright, let's go over here. We're gonna go check. We're gonna go down the alleyway. It's not safe to go down this alleyway at night, but it's daytime, so it's okay. This scrubby place must be an alley. It feels strange here, colder than the rest of the town. There are some barrels discarded here. A beggar holds out a bowl towards you. Alms for the poor, alms. The back wall is one of the best examples of a perpendicular wall that you have ever seen. It reminds you of the time when you thought about climbing Mount Everest. The barrels are empty and smell of sour beer. An early model of a hot dog stand, or could it be a hamburger stand? The barrels are empty. One smells of sour beer. Another barrel reeks of troll sweat. A thin man with very patched clothing holds out an empty bowl. It's the standard beggar's bowl every beggar is issued when he graduates from an accredited beggar's school. Let's save this, but we're gonna give him some money. Because it's a nice thing to do. Thanks. You know, it's really tough trying to make a living begging in this town since the brigands started scaring all the traders away. This used to be such a nice place to live. My advice to you is not to take up begging. It just doesn't pay. And don't go out at night. How's the begging going this season? A beggar gets cash only when others get cash, and nobody gets much money here right now, except maybe the brigands. Cash? There's honest work up at the Baron's castle, I hear, but begging's my business. Work? You could get a job cleaning the stable, I understand. It's great work if you want to build up muscles or have a place to spend the night, but you won't get rich. I'd rather beg myself. Tell me, what's your name, son? My name is Sam. I've lived here for 5 years now, and I think I'll be heading on once the pass clears of snow. There's supposed to be some nice begging towns to the south. Nice talking to you. Alms! Alms for the poor! Alms! Wait, I'm still talking to you, buddy. Heard Silmaria is a good place to be. It's by the sea. Think I'll head there after this. By the way, Solmaria, Shapir, these are all towns that we actually get to visit later on in the series. What can you tell me about Spielburg? I understand this used to be a great place to be. Traders going in and out, tourists coming and going, perfect begging conditions. Things were starting to dry up about the time I got here, just my luck. The brigands started getting tough. About time to get back to work. Alms for the poor. I have to give him more money. How much money do I have? Okay, I can give him another silver. I don't mind. I like to do the dialogue. Here, have another silver. Thanks. You know, it's really been tough trying to make a living out here this time, because of those stupid brigands. Oh, did I already tell you about that? Yes, I guess I did. Tell me about the traders. Traders used to stop here on the way south to pick up barrels. Some special cider made here by a guy named Amblin. Amblin. Amblin Entertainment, which is Steven Spielberg's production company. Tell me about the tourists. The tourists used to come here regularly for the Spielburg Cider Festival. After the cider industry closed, not much point of this festival without the cider part. Cider? I heard Amblin got scared of the brigands and decided to move away. I still remember the taste of his cider. It was so good. It was called Amblin Entertainment from Spielburg. Yeah, there's a lot of fun references in this game. Tell me about your luck. I have lots of luck. It's just that it's bad. What about the brigands? Rumor has it someone smart took over, organized them, trained them, that sort of thing maybe. Nowadays, no one's safe outside of town. Up to that time, the brigands were just pains, dumb guys who sometimes tried to beat up traders outside of town. They sure hurt business. No one's getting rich but them. Why is it not safe at night? Ooh, I remember when people used to stroll around town after dark. There's a spell on Spielberg so that it glows at night. Now the only people out late are the thieves. And out of town, man, you don't dare be out there without a light. When the sun goes down, the night gaunts will get you. I have to give you another silver. Tell me about the gaunts. Ooh, nobody's ever lived to talk about the night gaunts. To talk what the night gaunts are. I sure don't want to find out. What about the spell? I've heard talk that some kind of magic keeps things peaceful around here. Folks just don't feel like fighting in town, except maybe Crusher. Kind of wonder about this alley at times, though. Feels funny, sort of like the spell missed it. It's dark at night, too. Crusher? He works at the tavern. He lives up to his name. What about thieves? I'm not usually bothered by them, since I don't have much to steal. They are around, though. It's not safe to sleep in the streets at night. Outside you get eaten. Inside you get robbed. Alright, so we said it. Okay, we talked to him and spent 3 silver. Oh, a word of warning to you. Don't drink the dragon's breath. Yeah, this is a really fun game, Alexa. I really do enjoy it. Sunset approaches on day 1, so we're getting to the part where the shops are going to start closing up. Alright. Let's go to the tavern. Jazz. The grimy window lets little light into this tavern. It smells like stale ale and other more unpleasant things. The floor is covered with dirt, and the bar is sticky with beer. Smoke appears to be rising from the center cask behind the bar. To your right, 2 gamblers are playing cards. The bartender glares at you as you enter, and so does the ugly goon on the left. You get the impression that you are not welcome here. Oh, thank you. I mean, you know, when I used to play this game, I used to read the dialogue to myself without an audience. It was a lot of fun. Alright, so one thing you'll notice is, here, the butcher is wearing a blood-stained apron. He seems to be deeply involved in the game. So this is the butcher and the baker, and they're playing Go Fish. And if you remember, the signs on the doors of the shop said they went to go fishing, so... The baker seems to be deeply involved in the game. They seem to be using old maid cards, but it looks like these guys aren't playing with a full deck. Looks like some kind of card game. From the size of the ancient oak kegs, you surmise that the drinking of large quantities of beverages is the main pastime in this establishment. So this is where the barber has lunch. That guy's had so much to drink he looks embalmed. This goon looks really tough and mean. He's not someone you want to fight. Oh, that's cool, Alexa. Yeah, it's fun. Oh, what's this? You see a crumpled piece of paper under the stool. Let's pick it up. You pick up the note. You smooth out the piece of paper and read. B. He's starting to get suspicious. Hold off on our meeting for a bit, but I'll keep you posted on by these notes. B. Can we sit on the stool? Oh, yeah. Not a pleasant sight. There seems to be something slimy spilled the stool, and it is eating into the wood. And it is eating into the wood. You think perhaps you should sit on the next stool over. Let's try to talk to this guy. Hey, I want to know about the butcher shop. There's not a whole lot of meat in this town for me to butcher these days, so if someone would just bring down that... Now, someone would just bring down that stag in the forest. Got any 661s? You playing some cards, huh? The cards, they've been very, very good to me. Go fish. What's your name? I'm Butch Beefmeister, the butcher. Got any 444s? What about fish? There's a river to the south by the Flying Falls, which has some good-sized trout. Go fish. Hey, buddy. Tell me about the bakery. I haven't been able to get any supplies in since brigands closed off the area. The bakery will reopen as soon as I have some. Got any 139s? The butcher has been getting all the good cards. I'm Slias Sourdough, the baker. Go fish. Mirror Lake to the south has a huge fish, but it's pretty dangerous. Got any 777s? 777? That doesn't make any sense. Go fish. The drunken barber at the end of the bar isn't in any shape to talk, at least not coherently. I'm gonna go sit down on this bar stool here. What do you want? The bartender looks tough, from his crew cut to his boots. The only thing soft about him is his tattoo which says Mama. What's your name, dude? This is a bar. I serve drinks. You want a drink? Order one. You want answers to stupid questions? Get out. Tell me about the tavern. This is the Aces and Eights Tavern, stranger. What can you tell me about the town? What do you think I am, a guide dog or something? What? Ale, 1 silver. Troll Sweat, 5 silver. Dragon's Breath, 25 silver. Take your pick. What's the ale? Good for what ails ya. What about the Troll Sweat? It'll go down real smooth. What about the Dragon's Breath? It's the house specialty. Tell me about Crusher. He don't like his personal affairs discussed. My advice is not to do anything that'll upset him. Tell me about the town. Oh, I already said that. Okay. Let's go ahead and save it, and we're gonna drink something. We're gonna get a drink. Well, come on, Mina. Let's buy his ale, because it's 1 silver. 1 well-aged house brew coming up. There you go. This tastes as sour as it smells and burns your throat as you swallow it. Still, it isn't the worst beer you've ever drunk. You've seen it before. Not a bad beer, I guess. The window is open, but not much light seems to make it in here. Let's talk to this guy. Hey, what's up, Crusher? The goon seems to be ignoring you. What can you tell me about the tavern? You seem to have annoyed him. Oh, okay. There appears to be a trap door beneath the goon, but he's blocking it very effectively. What can you tell me about goons? Crusher bares his teeth at you. Either you are in big trouble now, or that's just his way of smiling. Ow. Okay, I got thrown out of the bar. That's great. Alright, so this is the first day. Usually on the first day, you just walk around town, you meet the people, you know, get a lay for the land, as far as the town is concerned. We could try to go in here. Yeah, it's funny, you can get thrown out of the bar. The door is locked. You get no response. Alright. Let's see, where else can we go? I think we're gonna have to go to the inn now. It's sunset. And I don't know, is it? I think the game will... Oh look, so as we come into here we can see that the sheriff is gone home. Door's locked. You better not. The goon would probably clobber you with his yo-yo if he thought you were going into the sheriff's office without permission. Oh, look at this nice little window here. This must be some tough town when they put bars on the jailhouse window. Oh, we could, kind of want to stay into town. I usually like to wait till it's nighttime before I go into the inn. But there's nothing to do there. It's sunset, so that it's good enough. But I don't know if you can tell, it's kind of starting to get darker, I think. Also, I have different... Let's see. Oh, I can run or sneak. You're about as stealthy as the average goon, so I can't do stealth. I am not stealthy. But I can run. This is what it looks like when I'm running. Hildy is gone. Yeah, so you can see it's starting to get dark now, which is a pretty cool. See, now there's a light. There, you do not want to go in the alleyway at night. I'll sometimes show you guys what happens, but it's basically just get mugged. And by running around like this is building up stamina. It's improving my stamina, and it's improving my skill. I think. Let's see if we could go to the character page. Alright, so in here, this shows you my stats, and as we can see, I increased my intelligence a little bit. I have a little bit of experience. My health and stamina have gone up a bit. My health is a little bit down because I got thrown out of the bar, and I got 7 magic points. Alright, we can now, if I want to go back to walking, I can sleep. Don't want to sleep out here though. But see, now look, it's darker, which is a pretty cool thing about this. Is pretty cool for a game like this. This came out. Well, this is a remake of the original game, but late 80s, early 90s. So it's a pretty cool thing. It's not completely as dark as it could be, but let's go into the inn. The merchant is a rather fat man with a small mustache and beard. He wears a turban. Yeah, it's old. So we're gonna sit down. You take a seat at the table nearest the fire. Here we go. I'm gonna try this voice. Oh, it is indeed sad and dangerous times we live in when a man who struggles daily to keep from starving should be robbed of all his earthly possessions. And now we're going to get to meet Shima, the lovely Shima. I am Shima. Allow me to serve you, wanderer from afar. Do you wish food or drink? Let's talk to you. Let me ask about the room. You have but to give Shamin 5 silvers, and you may have a bed to dream upon. What about food? We have a very good stew of newborn lamb, along with honeyed chicken, and for a mere 3 silvers. Coffee is included in the price of the meal. By the way, how much money do I have now? Because I think I've been spending a lot of it. Oh, okay. Not too bad. Let me ask about the drink. We have rich black coffee, freshly ground and brewed as only my people do. Such coffee will bring you to your full alertness. It is but a silver. I have questions. It is Shamin who is the speaker for the houses, for I have much work to do to serve you. If you wish to know more about such things, then you should speak to him. What's your name? I am Shima, which means, in the words of the kata, she of the dance. Tell me more about your homeland. Our homeland is far to the south. It is called Shapir. Shapir is where the kata come from. It is warm and glowing, and the sun is always bright. Kata are quiet, gentle people. It is true, I love to dance, but my soul cannot fly so far from home. Merchant? Abdullah will always be our guest and friend. Abdullah, too, is from the land of Shapir. Hey, Rye Regular. Abdullah will be honored to tell you of that. Alright. What about Shamin? He is my soulmate. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and order some dinner, because I'm a hungry. I'm gonna have a meal. And she's gonna go bring it out to me. How you doing, Rye? I guess I could talk to Abdullah. Oh, never mind. Here she is, with the food. I bring you that which you ordered. May it please and satisfy you. And now she will leave to go back to work in the kitchen. Oh, cool. What you gonna have for dinner, Rye? Let's look at the food. The food looks unusual, but smells surprisingly good. The food tastes surprisingly good, and the drink is delicious. Oh, now she's gonna come back and take the food away. Permit me to clear the table for you. Oh, nice. Cool, right? I'll take a look at it later. Alright. So now we're gonna save it again. Let's talk to this guy. Hey, dude, I heard you got robbed. Can you tell me about the robbery? 2 weeks ago, I was going to be a wealthy beyond what you could dream of. I, Abdullah Du, would be the first merchant into this valley this year. But my life was shattered by brigands. Brigands, huh? Tell me more about the brigands. The band of brigands ambushed us just as we crossed the pass into the valley. There were about 12 brigands, including a huge minotaur. There was also a leader and some sort of wizard. They first used some sort of magic which blinded us. Then they overwhelmed my 6 guards and my assistants. All my trade goods taken from before me. I am now but a beggar, living off the generosity of my friends. You're not finished yet? That's okay. You'll get there. Tell me about the magic. The wizard threw something at us that caused my eyes to be blinded with tears and my nose to be forced to sneeze. I was helpless. Tell me about the Minotaur. The Minotaur is a creature with the head of a bull and the body of a man. They are said to be very strong. That would never work. The table is too bored and loggy to respond. Planks anyway, you tell it. I accidentally tried to talk to the table. The leader was wearing a cloak, so I couldn't see his face. His voice was rather high-pitched, though. What about the wizard? The wizard was very short, and he giggled most of the time. I couldn't understand what he was saying. The guards? Here, I pay good money for men to protect me. And what do they do when I need protection? They run away. Not one man died to defend my treasure. You just can't hire good guards anymore. What do you know about wealth? Ah, I had treasures carefully brought from Shapir with me. I even had a magic carpet with me. Oops. Magic carpet? What's your name? I am Abdul-Adu, son of Ali, grandson of Hassan, and former master merchant of Shapir. Now, I am but a penniless burden upon my friends. Did I already do that? I feel like I already did that. Tell me more about your friends. Even though they, too, lost a fortune when the brigands stole from me, Shamin and Shima are caring for this frail shadow of a great man. She is the finest of cooks, outside of myself, that is, but her fine food is as dust in my mouth, for I am but a beggar. Ah, he's a very prince of Cassis. Ah, Shapir, beautiful land of golden sands and shining sun, the heart of civilization. Alas, she is plagued with fierce genies and ifrits who seek to drive all men and catches from the land. But I can speak no more of the homeland I shall never see again. Instead, I will die in this cold, forsaken land, bereft of all I love. Well, he's very dramatic, isn't he? I trade treasures of one land for that of another, but the brigands have stolen every treasure I had, and I am a merchant no more. Okay, okay, I think I talked to him. So we learned about what happened with him. So we kind of get the idea. This is what the whole basis of this game is, to try to get his treasure back, basically. Alright, well, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to stand up. Alright, let's see. What's the time now? The night is still young on day one. So now if I leave the inn, now you can see, oh, it's nighttime. And you can see what everything looks like at night. You can still go in the magic shop at night, I think, but the guild hall is closed. Let's do some running to get some more exercise. All these areas look really cool at night. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to pause it right here. I'm going to save it right here. And I'm going to show you what happens. Oops. I'm going to show you what happens if you go into the alleyway at night. This is something you should not do, guys. Do not go in the alleyway at night. It's very dangerous. Oh. What's that? This place seems sinister at night. Some strange object is glowing at the other end of the alley. You just see a glint from here. Oh, let's go see what this is. Looks like some kind of glowing thing. That kind light spell gets some every time. See that dagger? The next one is centered on your back. Give Snake there your cash, and you walk out of here. It's a simple trade. Your life for your money. Can I talk to you? My finger is starting to get a bit twitchy, so you forget about questions. Just pay the man and get out alive. This man may be smiling at you, but he doesn't seem very friendly. His floored face tells you that this thief is a regular at the Ace's 80 Tavern. This man may be smiling at you, but he doesn't seem very friendly. He may be short, but that dagger makes him look 7 feet tall. What's that supposed to be? You trying to pretend you're a thief or something? Now let me see if I can use my weapon. Despite your intentions, you feel a calmness and a sense of peace descend upon you, as you even consider thoughts of violence. I'm gonna see you guys later. Ah, you forget to pay? What a shame. Irana missed the spot. Perhaps you shouldn't explore dark alleys at night unless you are looking for trouble, or you should look in your manual to learn how to deal with thieves. So if I was playing a thief class, I could communicate with them and they wouldn't rob me. So we're not going to do that. We're going to save that. You could pay them, but you don't really get any points for that, I don't think. So I don't really want to get robbed. And another thing, at night, the town gate is closed, so I can't get out. The gate is securely barred. It's apparently an automatic gate, since it would take a goon to open it. You can climb over it though if you have your climbing skill. I don't think I have climbing skill, do I? I have no climbing skill. All right, well, we're gonna go to sleep. Oh, Abdullah's gone. Alright, so I think... Very good food, very good drink. Finest in town. Sit, rest, and you'll be served by my Shima. Yeah, I know already, okay? I want a room. There's 5 silvers a night. Oh, okay, I have to pay him. You check to see if your money's still there. Yep, it is. You may buy a night's rest. Let's do it. May you dream of all of the rewards you deserve. You thank Shamin and pay him 5 silvers for the room. So we're going to go to my room. The sleep heals and refreshes you, so it's a nice cozy room. And I'm naked, by the way, in there, while the character is. Alright. Now it's daytime. Alright. Well, now it's day 2. I'm rested. I've got how much money left? I have 6 silver pieces, so I need to start making some money. So we're going to go to the castle. Hey, what's up, Schultz? There's really nothing to say anymore. And I should still have my rations. I have 4 rations. That means I must have ate one. I have a flask and paper. Alright, so now we get to exit the town. Wait, before we do... Let's do a special save. First... journey. Alright, there's the reason I'm saving that. So we're exiting the town. The breeze is cool, but you feel a shiver deeper than just the cold. You are really on your own now, in a very dangerous place. The carved wooden sign reads, Spielburg. No one seems to care much about keeping the town clean anymore. Alright, so we are now outside. I believe we want to go north. Oh look, there's a little grate here. The town wall is made of very sturdy carved rock. I gotta practice climbing and I forget how to do that. Alright. The bright smell of fresh herbs mingling with the aroma of wood smoke as you come up to a hut by the side of the road. The house looks cheery and well kept. It has a sign of the healer above the entrance. The door seems to be barred on the inside. Perhaps you should knock. The creature looks more like a small flying lizard than a bird. The tree is a large oak. So I could oh, there is a nest on the limb that stretches towards the hut. So here we can practice climbing. So, right now, my climbing skill is nothing. So the best way to start getting climbing skill is to click on here. It takes a lot of skill and practice to climb this tree. So we're going to click on it a few times. I will not be able to climb it until I get to a certain skill level. Then I'll be able to climb it. And one more time. Now hopefully that'll give me some skill points. We can check the menu. Nope. Let's try 5 more times. I probably should have given myself some skill points in climbing. I didn't think about it. Alright, let's see now. Nope. Maybe the game will update me at some point. Or I could try to find something else to climb. Did I use any stamina? I did not use any stamina. Okay. You politely knock on the door. After a moment, you hear the inside bolt slide open. A voice from inside says, "Come on in." The fragrances of herbs mingle with some rather unpleasant odors as you step into the healer's house. Oosh! Lovely day, isn't it? My, you look very healthy for adventurer. You must be new. What can I do for you? I can sell you healing potions if you like. I also buy spell components if you are interested in gathering some for me. Don't mind me, I always have so much to do around here. Alright, so we got the healer's house here. She is a rather motherly-looking woman with a look of vagueness that belies her shrewdness. She wears an apron over her dress and a scarf wrapped around her head. You see a winged lizard, much like the one you saw outside. Hello, let me ask some questions about you. Ooh. Well, my name is Amelia Appleberry, but mostly I am just known as the healer. I will be happy to sell you some potions. I live here with my pet Terry. Oh, that's my pet Terry, the pterosaur. He has a girlfriend, Patricia, with a nest in the oak outside my door. Well, I'm having trouble with this voice. Pateri keeps me company and listens while I chatter as I work. They are a species of flying lizard. I understand they can grow quite large in the south. I heard about the ring. My ring is shaped in gold like a braid of the herb Athelas, with entwined leaves. I don't know how I lost it, but I hardly ever take it off. I will give 6 gold to the person who returns my ring. It was a gift when I graduated from the College of Healing. I make and sell healing potions, power potions, vega potions, and undead unguent. Let's hear about this undead stuff. Undead unguent is used to drive off the minor undead, such as zombies or floating spirits. It doesn't last long, so you should use it near where you are going to encounter such things. There are not too many zombies in this land to damp, I suppose. There are some floating spirits, I have heard. Floating spirits are the ghosts which usually hang around the graveyards at night. They are dangerous, so don't go near them unless you use undead unguent first. Alright. Magic. I have the skill to use my magic to create potions. I am a bit proud about it. Not everyone can do that, you know. We don't really know. Well, basically, these are self-explanatory what the potions are. I always need ingredients for making potions. Right now I need some of Ivana's flowers, magic mushrooms, troll beard, and let me think. Oh, yes, cheetar claws. I will be happy to pay you if you bring me some. I'll also buy back any empty flasks that you have that I can then I can recycle them. Waste not, want not, after all. Alright, so we're not going to ask about any of these things yet because I'm not ready to fight anything, but let's ask about the flowers. I use flowers from the Irana's Peace to the north in nearly all of my potions. They have some of the magic of that place, even when they are dyed. I will pay you 5 silvers for a flask full of flowers. Almost due north of here is the meadow called Irana's Peace. It is a very magical area, and I understand that it is a place of safety. It is a beautiful place all year, for the flowers are always in bloom. Flasks. I will pay you for 1 silver for each empty flask you bring me, so I can use it for more potions. Alright, some of those other things I'll ask later when I need to. You can see Castle Spielburg from my yard outside. The Baron lives there with only his guards for company, so I hear. Poor man. He hasn't been the same since his son and daughter were taken from him. He was just a young dashing man when he last rode off. He never returned. The dear child, I can still picture her, with her beautiful blonde hair all done up in braids. She was so sweet. It is hard to believe she is gone. Those brutes! I'm always having to hear someone they've beaten up and robbed. I hate thieves. Would you believe the brigands almost killed the farmer a while back? Fortunately, their leader made them bring Heinrich here where I could heal him. I've heard the brigand leader ordering those nasty men to bring off poor Heinrich here after they hurt him so. I gave them all a good scolding, you can imagine. Alright, so I think that's all we have to talk about with her for now. I don't want to do all the dialogue, because then we won't have any more dialogue left. The healer's bed looks very comfortable. You see a clean but very cluttered little hut filled with bottles and potions. The healer is busy puttering around with the potions. There is a small flying creature preening itself on the rafter. A ladder leads to the loft above. A pot over the fire simmers with herbs. It is pleasantly warm in here. Since it has been a while since you took a bath, you decide not to sleep in the healer's bed. My ring is shaped in gold like a braid of the, Atheus, with entwined leaves. I will give 6 golds to the peasant who returns my ring. Oh, I've already said. I don't know why I did that. Okay. Alright, I'll see you later, healer. Just wanted to meet you. Oh, by the way, if you happen to find the ring on your adventures, I lost my favorite gold ring. I will give reward to the one who returns it. Alright. So, we got some information there. That was kind of useful. Let's go over here first. There's the castle. The road winds northward toward a walled castle. And here is Heinrich. The centaur stops raking as you approach. The majestic centaur watches you carefully. Hello, what's your name? I am Heinrich Pfefferdeferden. I live in town with my daughter, Hildy, who sells our produce on Market Street. Hildy is a bright little filly. I am very proud of her. Our stand is in the northwest corner of Spielburg. The produce is not of the finest time of year, but you will not find a better than Pfefferdeferden fruit come harvest time. We grow fine fruit in our little orchard and sell it at our stand in town. There you will find the fresh cherries in the spring, peaches in the summer, and apples in the fall. It is truly a sight to see. Oh wait, did I do... Our stand is in the northeast corner of Spielburg. Oh, I already read that. Never mind. Tell me about your farm. I can grow enough on this little plot to feed my family and this village. You should see these fields during the summer. He's starting to sound Italian now. Whoops. There are a few carrots and potatoes left from last season, but I'm just starting to plant the crops now. Fruit? In a couple of months, I'll have some cherries. The apples won't ripen until fall. There is much work for me to do now, and I bid you good day. Wait, I'm not done talking to you! Tell me about the brigands. The brigands attacked me a few months ago. I am a strong fighter, and my hooves are deadly, but there were too many of them. My right leg was broken, and there is no pride for the centaur who cannot run. If it had not been for the unlikely intervention of their leader, I would be dead. The leader came up after the brigands, attacked me, and forced them to stop, ordering them not to hurt people from the town. Then, to my amazement, the leader gave me a healing potion and had me carried to the healer's house. It was a hard-to-judge leader whose face was obscured by a large helm, but there was compassion unlike that one expects from a brigand. The healer lives just east of here. She is skilled with potions. We centaurs are a very ancient and proud people. And finally, what do you know about the Baron? I'm sorry, I know little about the Baron and his family. Okay, well that's all there is to talk to you. That's all that dialogue. Now if I go over there or over there, then I go into the more dangerous area outside of the town. Wait, go back for a second. I want to see something. Uh-oh. Alright, I was going to say, please tell me the game did not just bug out. Sorry, dude, I didn't mean to come back here and stop you from working. I just want to see what this wall is. You can see the roofs of the town over the fence. Oh, okay. That's what I thought. But it looks a little weird to me. Alright, now we're going to go up. Oh, the castle. This is the castle of Baron von Spielburg. The mountains in the distance ring the valley of Spielburg, creating a formidable barrier to travelers. The gatehouse is a massive structure with a portcullis closing off access to the gate. You can't see much of the gatekeeper over the battlements. Hey, excuse me, guard, what's your name? Oh? My name is Karl. What can you tell me of the castle? This is the castle of Baron Stefan von Spielberg. Okay. What's your job? The stable keeper could use a strong young person to keep clean the stables. It does not pay much, but it is good work. Honest work. If you would like to take the job, come on in. Stable? Cleaning up after the horses is a good way to build up your muscles. Tell me about the Baron. My lord sees no one since the loss of his son and daughter. The loss? 10 years ago, the Baron's daughter Elsa was stolen away by magic. 5 years back, the Baronet Bernard von Spielberg went on a hunt for which he did not return. This was all clearly part of Baba Yaga's curse. Wait, guard, come back. I'm talking to you. Who's Elsa? Elsa von Spielberg was a lovely young child with braided blonde hair and bright blue eyes, like her mother, the Baroness, used to have. A large winged creature flew over the castle walls, grabbed Elsa, and vanished before the guards could fire upon it. We searched everywhere for her, but to no avail. Even the jester, York, joined the search for her. The Baron sent a troop of guards out to storm Baba Yaga's hut, but I think their scores sit atop our fence. Elsa van Spielburg would be about 18 now. Hey, Carlos, how's it going? I am doing some dialogue in this game called Quest for Glory 1. So you want to be a hero. And it's requiring a lot of water. Tell me about this hut. Baba Yaga has her hut to the northwest. It is a very dangerous place, and many burial gods have been lost there. The Baroness died soon after the birth of her daughter. The Baron still mourns her. York is a very jolly fool who loves to laugh. He was devoted to Elsa and swore that he would not return until Elsa was safe. Tell me about Baba Yaga. This powerful ogress is the cause of all the Baron's misfortune. She is a vile creature who knows much magic. The Baron ordered Baba Yaga to not leave, and she first crushed the graveyard. He then sent the baronial guards after her. Only their captain returned to the castle. The captain spoke the words, "Hear me, O mighty Baron. Thou hast angered me, and thus you are cursed. All that you value you shall lose, all that you treasure shall be taken from you," in a strange voice. The captain then dissolved into a pool of sticky blackness. Oh, I already read that. Okay. Already talked about that. No, I talked about that. Tell me about Bernard. The Baronet Bernard von Spielburg was a proud young man and had the dark hair and eyes of his father, the Baron. He rode off one morning, and his horse returned without him. The horse had been raked by the claws of some large animal. There was still a reward offered for the safe return of the Baronet, but I fear she is dead. There is still a reward offered for the safe return of Baronet and Elsa von Spielburg of 50 gold. For the capture or death of the brigand warlock, there is the reward of 50 gold. For the capture or the death of the brigand's leader, there is the reward of 50 gold and the title of Hero of Spielburg. Wow, this voice. Hero of the Realm of Spielburg is a title of respect and honor. A true hero can release this land from its curse using his intelligence and courage. And the Baron von Spielburg lost most of his guards trying to defeat Baba Yaga. Okay. Now I think that's everything there is to know, so now I think I just click on the gate. Just a minute while I raise the gate. What madness have you turned into as I drove home? That's a good... you can't see what I'm doing, but I am playing Quest for Glory. One of my favorite games of all time. Oh, look at that! It's the Weapon Master. The man has the muscles of a trained athlete and is apparently quite skilled with the sword. The castle's central keep raises above the rear of the courtyard. Oh my gosh, I have to think of what voice I want to do for this character. But Mark, just so that you know, the Quest for Glory series, it's a adventure series. There's a lot of dialogue, and so I'm reading all the dialogue in different character voices and stuff. But guys, I may not be able to stream much longer because my voice is getting a little rough, so I'm going to try to go another 20 minutes. We got to talk to this guy. Hello? Who are you? Hello. I am the Weapon Master, expert swordsman and trader. Sword? The sword is the finest of all weapons. It requires an equal measure of skill and strength. The skills of the sword are thrust, swing, parry, and dodge. Timing of such actions is critical to the success of the fighter. And that's my weapon. My class is the fighter class. Practice is the way to define and improve one's skills. Friendship? Please do not bore me. Young adventurer. Ask me about something more interesting. Alright, doesn't want to know about... tell me about fighting. Fighting is both an art and a skill. It is a skill in the use of muscle strength and the agility of control. It is an art in outwitting and outmaneuvering the opponent. I am, of course, the skilled artiste. Do you fight? I do. For a mere gold coin, I will be glad to give you some practice and some pointers on how to better your skills. Will you pay for a lesson? Let's see. I am a skilled teacher as well as a skilled fighter. I'll probably get some practice at some point. I never use a shield. It gets in the way of my agility and dodging. It is best used by those who are strong, but not swift and agile. You definitely require a shield. The brigands fight remarkably well for riffraff who have not had the benefit of my training. They are cowards who like to hide behind their shields, but I must admit they do that well. Should you find yourself face to face with one of the brigands, I suggest you mirror their techniques. Use parry or dodge until your opponent lowers his shield to attack, then strike before he can get his spear into attack position. And tell me about the castle. This is the castle of the Baron von Spielburg. I am the weapon master of the castle. Pity, I am in the mood for some good combat practice. The Baron has the wisdom to recognize greatness when I presented myself, thus he made me weapon master. The Baronet had some minor talent with weapons, but he was too impatient. If he had but listened and learned what I teach, he would never have been lost. Elsa, a bright fair girl. She used to watch me practice daily and question me constantly. Pity she was not born a boy. She would have made a talented swordsman, if I had trained her. I could not demean myself to teach a mere girl, of course. And I think... oh, guards. Tell me about the guards. You will find them very skilled at fighting. After all, I am the one who trains all the guards at this castle. So he's kind of a pompous asshole. This guy. Sexist. Pretty bad. But he does... I could learn to fight from him. He's not a bad teacher. It's just that I only have 6 silvers and he's expensive, so... not going to do that. Let's go over here. What's over here? Oh, that's the stables. We're going to go there in a second. An empty wagon stands rotting in the courtyard. There's a lot of stuff just sitting around not doing anything in this game. Wheelbarrows and other things. Well, how you doing, Carlos? How's your day? Oh, look, a guy. The guard looks like he is either very tired or very lazy. This building's appearance is deceptive. It evidently extends well into the castle wall. From your present vantage point, the barracks looks like it could house some 60 guards. The troops once proudly followed this crest. The guards access the walkway through the tower. The solid stone walls protect the compound. The castle has a garden area with a doorway leading from the castle keep. Alright, let's see if we can talk to this guy. I'm not here to answer your stupid questions. Go talk to Carl the gatekeeper. He talks to anyone about almost anything. I can't go into the barracks entrance, right? Let's see what happens if I try to do that. It's a watering trough for the horses. Oh, by the way, what's the time right now? It's mid-morning on day 2. There is no answer to your knock. The guards must all be asleep. Alright, so there's a funny little dialogue. There's nothing to do here. Up here at the main gate. This is the central keep of Baron Stefan von Spielburg's castle. The castle grounds look like no one has taken care of them. The castle is still impressive close up, but it looks rather dirty. The guard is dressed in worn but neatly patched clothing. He has obviously spent a lot of time maintaining that magnificent mustache, but you'd better not mention his bald spots. This guard looks to be middle-aged, but in good physical condition. Their clothing is faded and patched. Even the horns look dull. And he's talking about trumpet horns. So we're going to talk to the guards for a second. Let's ask about the castle. This is the castle of Baron Stefan von Spielberg. The Baron's daughter has been gone for years. My name is Frederick. The barracks are off to my right, but you have no business going there. Pierre's very proud of his mustache, but don't mention his bald spots. No one enters the castle without the Baron's permission. The Baron sees no one, so I can't go in. The doors are guarded by Frederick and Pierre. You can tell by their name tags. They have name tags. Tell me about this castle, Pierre. This is the castle of Baron Stefan von Spielberg. Can you tell me about her daughter? The Baron's daughter has been gone for years. What's your name? My name is Pierre. Tell me about the barracks. The barracks are off to my right, but you have no business going there. Oh, tell me about the Baron. No one enters the castle without the Baron's permission. Hey, let me hear about your bald spot, Pierre. Don't get me mad. I am not talking to you. Oh, I got Pierre mad, so now he won't talk to me anymore. Alright, we're not going up the stairs. Alright, now we're going to go to the stables. That was my really bad French accent, so... Alright, so here we got the stables. The castle's stable looks like it holds about 6 horses. It could use some cleaning up. To the northwest, you can see the castle's central keep. The Baron was once known for his many fine and noble steeds. Only a few aging animals remain in his stable. The Baron's horses aren't for sale. Alright, so now we just walk over here. The horses have plenty of hay to eat. And we're going to walk over here. Oh, here we go. You're looking for some work? Yes, I am. Good. Come in here and take a rake. So I get to clean up some poopies. I don't pay you to rest. Get to work now. Whew. Okay, come on over here. The stableman hands you some coins and says, "Now you're 5 silvers richer." So, kind of one of the nice things about working here is you get paid a little bit of money, but it also progresses some of the game time. So now if we look at the time of day, it should say midday. So it's midday on day 2. A low-looking lout. He could use some cleaning up. Can I ask about work? The work is simple. Just grab a rake and clean this place up. You get 5 silvers each time you clean the stables. Tell me about the horses. We used to have some of the finest horses in the north, when the Baron still cared about things other than his troubles. Now we just have this one outside and the 2 in here. Tell me about the Baron. Ever since the trouble started, the Baron just hasn't been interested in his horses. The Baronet, he used to ride the black horse over there. Magic? Don't ask me about anything to do with magic. I don't want to know. Don't tire me out with a bunch of questions. Can't you see what a hard life I have? This valley, just get out and wander around a little. You'll find out. Let's ask about the stables. The old stable used to be twice the size before it burned down. This is fine with so few horses, but it is rather small. Tell me about the guards. They don't bother me. I don't bother them. Monsters? Those things scare me silly. What about the Antwerp? Alright. So now, if I look at my money, I have 11 silver pieces. So that's I have about 1 gold, 1 silver worth of money. Alright, so now we are going to go ahead and leave the castle. It's a nice looking castle. Alright, so another way we can make some money is by visiting Arana's Peace. Oh, which is a very wonderful place to visit. I'm going to look at my character thing. I still have no climbing skill, but I guess I don't really need it. You pick up a few small rocks. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and practice some throwing. I am not going to throw rocks at the birdie, though. Wow, how many rocks did I frickin' pick up? Oh, 3 more rocks. Fighters can use the throwing skill. It's pretty useful. And my throwing skill went up to 13, so that's not bad. Alright, what was my stamina at? My stamina's kind of low. If I get into a fight, it's going to be bad, so let's try to be careful here. There is a decent combat system in this game, which is fun. Alright, so we're going to go up north. The ornamental vases are empty. These 3 pots wait for the day when they will hold dirt and flowers. Alright, we're going to go up north, I think. Alright, so now we're in the forest. Pine needles, small moss-covered rocks, and early spring grasses cover the forest floor. Those rocks look solid enough to be taken for granted. For granite. Spruce. Fir. Spruce. Redwood. The eastern path is completely blocked by bushes, so I can't go this way? No, okay, so I have to go up north. Cornering never made these hunks of silicon. So what kinds? Nice woods. Here's the birdies. Now, one of the reasons why I'm walking around right now is because I don't use stamina when I'm just walking. Elmer Grand Tree. The undergrowth is too thick to let you move to the east. Alright, so I have to keep going north. I kind of remember where most stuff is. No, I think I can go this way. Maple. Fortunately for it, you are not a sapsucker, regardless of your tummy color. And we're going to go this way. Now we can go this way. I think I want to go this way. I think I went the wrong way. Let's see what's over here. Oh, yeah. Oh. What was it? Oh, I got into a battle. And I didn't realize. I didn't... This is a goblin, I think. Oh, he hit me. I did it! It's dead, of course. It doesn't smell very good either. And now we're gonna loot the corpse. You search your opponent. You find 2 silver coins and carefully place them in your pouch. You've already done that. Alright, so I won. That's my first battle. I am in a little trouble here, though. I am low on stamina, because you use stamina when you fight, and I have about half of my health. So what's going to happen is we're going to have to rest at when we get to Irana's Peace, which is okay. Oh, there's another... Okay, now we have to run, because I don't want to fight another goblin. When I get stronger, it won't be so bad. So now we're going to run up here. Oh, here we go. The meadow lies covered with a blanket of flowers, unusual for this early in the spring. It is warm, even though surrounded by the late snows of winter. A large carved stone lies flat on the ground. You feel as though someone gentle is watching over you. You feel that you are safe here. The air has the fresh, clean scent of the mountains, accompanied by numerous perfume-like fragrances. To the north, the high, snowy peaks of the Dragon Smoke Mountains are clearly visible. The small tree is most amazing. It bears blossoms and fruit at the same time, and the fruit on its boughs seem to shyly appear and disappear shimmering. The large stone appears to be ancient and deliberately placed. Marks carving into the stone almost look like writing. Let's see if it'll let me read it. The stone has the words Irana's Peace carved upon the top. There are some runes carved along the side. Let's see if I try to open it. No amount of physical effort will be able to move the stone. Alright, I have... What's this one? You possess the open spell. Your expertise is 5. You will use 2 magic points each time you cast a spell. Alright, so we're going to try to use open. And the stone opens! The stone has been moved. In a hole, hidden underneath the ancient stone, someone has placed a scroll. The scroll vanishes even as you read the magical runes upon it. You now have the knowledge to cast a calm spell. So I'm a little surprised it was that easy to open the stone. I have a little bit more magic points now. My magic skill went up a tiny bit. And then if I look... Oops, I'm sorry. If I go here... My expertise is 5. Oh, my expertise in the calm spell is 10. So I cast a calm spell, and what happens is the very air in this meadow radiates feelings of calmness and peace. You wouldn't be able to tell if the spell worked here. Oh, I can't cast it here. But the calm spell helps you calm enemies and stuff. There is no need to climb the little tree. Let's take a fruit. The sweet, juicy fruit of the tree is amazingly satisfying and refreshing. Let's take some flowers. As you pick a variety of the sweet-smelling flowers, they seem to glow in your hands. You put them safely away. Alright. So the fruit restores your magical power, if I remember correctly. Oh. Or maybe that just feeds you. I need to give the healer the flowers. It's mid-afternoon. You take another handful of the lovely fragrant flowers. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that, but okay. I have 10 flowers. Alright. There's only so many flowers I can sell to the healer. Alright, so now I think I can sleep here, right? Let's do a 30-minute rest. After 30 minutes rest, you feel better. Alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to head back to the healer to sell some flowers, hopefully. Sunset's approaching, we might have to do it tomorrow. I can't remember if she stays up late. Alright, so my stamina's gone up, my health points went up a little bit, my magic points are all back to normal. I'm going to go this way because I think there's something over here. Oh, it's the ogre. Okay, no, we're not going to go say hi to the ogre. Alright, so I might be able to fight one more goblin or easy creature. But sunset is approaching, which means nighttime is coming, and it's very dangerous out here. So we're not going to spend much time out here. We're going to head back. Oh, it's a brigand. I don't know if I'm good enough to fight a brigand yet. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to save. Well, we're going to create a new save. We're going to title it Brigand. Ah! I think I spelled that right. And we're going to fight this guy, because I'm a warrior. Uh-oh. This looks like one of the brigands that have been terrorizing the valley. Better hope his friends aren't around. Hostile intent is evident. You prepare for battle. Oh, yeah. Up. You are so exhausted that everything you do hurts. Better get some rest. I know, but I have to fight this brigand first. Oh, I died. Let's try one more time. Maybe I can do a little bit better. Up. Uh-oh. Up. No, I'm too tired. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna run away. Dang, I was really I almost could beat him. I could do it, but it's a little hard. Uh-oh. Shoot. Ah, crap. Shoot. Oh, crap. I was trying to run away and it wouldn't let me. Oh, crap. Ah! I don't know what happened. I lost the icon for running. Alright. I can run away because these guys are pretty slow. No, I did it again. Why did it go to... There we go. Whew. I made it to safety and the game... What the heck? Oh, that was weird. It went into window mode. Alright, now that we're here, we can walk. I guess also the good thing is I get to town. If I don't get into town fast enough, they'll lock the gate to the town, and then I will be stuck. So that's a good thing, I guess. I ran back home. I'm gonna go to the healer's house. You politely knock on the door. Come on in. Alright. Well, what can I do for you this time? Alright, I go into my pack and I give her some flowers. Oh, thank you. I could always use flowers from Mirana's piece in potion making. Here are your silvers. I have some more flowers. I guess I could give her those. And that'll give me some more. So I could still get some more flowers. The next time I'm by, I'll probably get more. I now have 23 silver pieces, so okay. Not bad. I'm starting to make some money. Okay. Can I practice on anything before I go back in? I have stamina. I could practice my throwing. I'll go back and practice some throwing. I think it's still sunset, so... Alright. Now, I will let you in a little secret. There is something interesting about that bird and that nest. You might have been able to tell by seeing a little glint. Alright, let me see. How much... Ah, cool. I need to get my throwing skill up better, though. Let's pick up some more rocks and throw some more. It's getting... Oh. Alright, I better hurry up and do this real quick, because I need to get back into town before they lock the gate. Alright, so my skill in throwing is now 22. That's not too bad. We're getting up there. Alright, we're gonna go into town. And I'm gonna go to the bar really quick just to check something. But we did pretty good today. I really wanted to fight that brigand, dang it. Oh, here's Hildy. The brigands have twice robbed my father of his money, and they have tried to steal our food during the winter. That is because we farm outside of town. The brigands would not dare to try that in town. The sheriff would stop them fast. Many robbers ran up to my father as he trotted back to town. My father tried to fight, but they hurt him badly. They ran away to the southwest. Our sheriff is very brave. He told me so himself. Hey, what's up, Chris? How's it going, dude? I thought I did those. We have many kind of fresh vegetables for sale today. There are carrots, rutabagas, parsnips, and potatoes right from the ground at 5 for a silver. They are very good for you. We also have some apples. Alright, so... because I want to... Ooh, apples. There are still some apples left from last year in the barrel. You may buy 10 for a silver since they are so small. Yeah, how's it going, dude? Carrots? Carrots are my favorite vegetable. They are so crisp and sweet. Rutabagas keep well over the winter months. Parsnips can be made into a tasty pie. Turnips are good if you cook them in stews. That's good, dude. Alright, we're gonna go buy some stuff here. Because I made some money and this is cheap. Let's buy some apples. You carefully select 10 of the best apples from the barrel and pay Hilda a silver piece. And let's buy some vegetables. You pick out the freshest looking vegetables you can find and pay the lady a silver piece. Alright. Oh! I was gonna go to the bar. I forgot. It's still summer. I mean, it's still sunset. Let's see. Let's look at my rations. I have 4 food rations. Let's see if I can eat vegetables. You eat some vegetables. You think they would have been better served for cows or saved for cows or horses. Real heroes eat preserved dry rations. Oh, cool. So yeah, I can eat the vegetables instead of the rations if I want to save them. Oh, you've been busy with school? That's cool. How's that going? Alright, we're going to go back into the bar. Let's have another beer, I guess. Well, what do you want? Let's see. How much is everything? We could have some troll sweat. I think I can handle that. I'm a fighter, so I have pretty good strength. Yeah, let's have some troll sweat. I deserve it after long, hard work. One mug of my fine troll sweat coming up. I'm sorry to hear it sucks. There you go. Smells like troll sweat. Tastes like troll sweat. By golly, it is troll sweat. And one troll sweat is too many. Oh. Apparently I should not have had the troll sweat. You regain consciousness. After dusting yourself off, you check to make sure you're still in one piece. Unfortunately, you discover that while you were out, someone managed to relieve you of all your money. Now you'll have to find a way to get some money. The street is not the most comfortable place to sleep, and you have to eat sooner or later. However, this was not a good place to sleep. You're stiff and sore all over, and your wallet feels very light. Whoops. Okay, so we're not going to do that. That's why I saved it before. I will take a beer. One well-aged house brew coming up! Oh, I'm out of water. There you go. And I won't read this again because basically it's beer. Alright. Well, I've hung out the beer long enough, I guess. If I get my strength up, I can drink that troll sweat. And maybe even the dragon's breath. Alright, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to do before I don't... Let's see, how much money do I have now? 20 silvers. You're home? Thank you, Mark. I appreciate how cheap it is. You think it is. Have a good night, dude. Let's sit next to Abdullah. Hello again, my friend. I think I'm gonna skip dinner, actually. I am Shima. Do you wish food or drink? Probably not. No, but I will... Nah, I won't eat anything because I have the vegetables. Let's have some more vegetables. Yeah, I ate some more vegetables. But I will pay for a room. Oops. So now I have to take my inventory. Oh, I have leather jerkin. Mirsley's doing pretty good, I think. You know, he's having fun. We're gonna co-stream sometime. Oh, I see what you mean, Mark. Well, that's okay. Have a good night, Mark. And 5 silvers to sleep. So the good news is I can work at the, stables and get enough money to at least sleep. Oh, yeah, I don't... He kind of doesn't get to stream a lot because of school. Ooh, let's go this way. I know another location I want to go to. I'm going to be ending the stream, actually, in a little bit. Because I've been on for a while, and with this game, I have to talk a lot, so it takes a lot out of me. But this is the road I traveled on. The late frosts of winter give way to the greenery of spring. There is the crisp smell of cedar in the air. This forest seems to be unusually still and quiet. Ash Christmas. Or maybe scrub oak. Do you really care what kind of tree this is? The undiscovered country. Country. That's funny. Go this way. Ponderosa pine. Fir. Larch. Oh, I see eyeballs in the bushes. Alright, have a good night, Chris. Thanks for stopping by, dude. It appears that a recent avalanche has sealed off the road leading out of the valley. I thought there was a thing here. Maple. Oh, I already read that joke. Oh, well. I'm gonna have him go back to the castle and, do some work at the stables. There seems to be a fox north of the road. This is kind of fun. Help me, brave and kind hero. I mean, I guess I am a brave and kind hero. Please help me, brave and kind hero. My foot is caught in this trap. If I had hands like you instead of paws, I could free myself. Okay, I'll try. You spring the trap. In exchange for your kindness, I will give you some advice and a bit of information. First of all, it sometimes pays off to be polite, even to rude people. As for the amusing tidbit, Baba Yaga put an enchantment on the Baron's daughter some years back. To break the spell, you need to talk to the Dryad. Au revoir, ta-ta, for now, be seeing you. This trap is an especially nasty piece of work. Besides the inch-long spiky bits, well, never mind. Suffice it to say that you would not enjoy being caught in it. Can I take it? You can't do much with the trap. No, you can't take the trap. So, if you're new to the game, that little tidbit about the Dryad is pretty useful. Uh-oh. Dun, 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 dun. Hello. Thank you for the raid. I can't see who it was because my chat's kind of blown up right now. I don't want to alt-tab out of the game because it's DOSBox. But thank you for the raid. Oh, Blackberry! Thank you for the raid! I really appreciate it.
You like to follow, follow. 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 You like to follow, follow.
And the Gimp, thank you so much for the follow. You're now a maniac. Congratulations. Unfortunately, what happens when you become a maniac is you go clinically insane, and then I have to institutionalize you in a mental hospital of my choosing. I do apologize, but that is what happens when you become a maniac. Alright. I see you're back. Need some work? Yep. Good. Come on in here and take a rake. Alright, here we go. We're gonna clean out some poopies. I didn't pay you to rest. Get to work now. You're a brain doctor with plenty of straitjackets? Oh, nice. Alright, come on over here. Now you're 5 silvers richer. So we could talk to this guy again, but there's really nothing to talk to him about because we've already gone through that dialogue. Oh, there's a weapon master. How much money do I have now? 20 silver pieces. I don't want to pay for lessons because I only have 20 silver, so no, we're just going to leave. I'm actually not playing much longer. Alright, we're going to do something really mean. Because I think I can do this. Let's see. So we pick up some rocks. I love this little pachyderm guy, but we need to get rid of him. So we take the rocks and we throw the rocks. And we scare the bird away. Alright, have a good night, Blackberry. Thank you so much for the raid again. And we're going to try to... Now, see, because I can't climb the tree, I'm going to try to knock the nest down. So let's do that. Nope. Try again. I may not be able to, because my skill may be too low. Oh! You see a glinting object in the remains of the nest. Hey, Ben. You pick up a shiny gold ring. Alright, so I kind of feel bad for making the bird run away, because now he won't ever come back again, or she won't ever come back, because I messed up the nest. The remnants of the nest are scattered on the ground. You politely knock on the door, and she says, "Come on in." This is a funny part. Hey, Rye. Well, what can I do for you this time? Alright, so now we're going to go into here. A gold ring. Let's give her the ring. Oh, thank you for finding my ring. How I've missed this. Here are the 6 golds and 2 healing potions for your reward. You put the reward away and tell her she's welcome, as you leave to avoid being kissed again. Yay! But that gave me some good points, and now I have 6 gold. And 20 silver pieces. So I've got some money. I could afford some fighting lessons now, but that's okay. Oh, what time is it? It's mid-morning and we still don't see a guy right there. What's down here? Oh, that's right, right? That's cool. I'll take a look at it, you know, after when I end the stream. I always like to, I like to look at pictures. Oliver Stone. Rock eggs or rock eggs? Wait, isn't... Oh, there's a goblin. We could fight a goblin. The hollow log looks somberly back with its single giant eye, and you know at once that nothing is to be gained by investigating this giant relic of a more vertical past. Wow, I'm not hitting this thing at all. Yeah! I killed it. You search your opponent. Oh, you find 9 silver coins. Nice. Oh, you made... Oh, cool, alright. Does that mean I can learn how to make the dinner you just made now? Because you did lots of pictures? Yeah, it kind of sounds like chomping noises, doesn't it? Oh, look at this. The roar of the waterfall fills your ears, and the cold spray dampens your face as you approach. The water seems to be trying to fly as it leaps from the mountain above. The water gracefully flows towards Mirror Lake. The door is built into the face of the mountainside. You suspect that the person who lives behind it treasures privacy. It is a large door. It must open pretty wide. A river plunges for more than 100 feet down the face of a cliff. You see slick vertical cliff walls. A doorway has been built into the side of the cliff. You say, oh, I can't make your dinner that you made? Oh, okay. We could go to Mirror Lake, and that's where I could end. Look at this beautiful place. It's the beautiful Spiegelese, or Mirror Lake. You pause for some peaceful reflection. You see your own reflection in the crystal clear waters. The rocky shore is blissfully relaxing. To the north of the cave, on the cliff, you see a cave. You've been walking through the forest this long, and you can't even recognize a tree. Can I get water? The lake water tastes pretty good, if a bit flat. Neat. Alright guys, well I'm tired, I'm out of water, and it's probably a good idea that I quit for the night. Use organic green soup sauce, and it is high on iron. Oh, nice. Assembling sawn log, or at least a dead tree. You see a lovely waterfall in the distance, feeding the lake with ice-cold mountain water. The runoff river from the waterfalls forms the scenic lake. Alright, so we gotta stop, because I am tired. Well, hope we'll see you again soon. We just scratched the surface of this game, but it's a lot of fun to play, and